The intro was so good. I played it twice. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. It's Monday. It's Monday. Forgive me. How are we, Rebel?
Hello. Been a minute. I had a week off last week, and I went, do you know what now? I'm just going to let Mr. B deal with all the chaos.
It's all right. It was look. You were missed. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back today. You can we can have a little discussion. Rio, move from the Friday to the Monday. Well, go on, B. I hope you're doing well, man.
All good, all good. Feels like we're in a sandwich of a big news story, but brilliant news.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. News stories, good news. You know what I mean? Not the normal Man United trash. All right, look, it's taken a little while for it to be completed, but we know he's jumping on the plane with the lads tomorrow. So that's the most important thing. But we'll discuss that anyway. Solo, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Patrick Pillow is big out the Palace and chat legends. We all need we need a striker. But let's midfielder, please. Amarin cried out for that on Saturday. Yeah, he did. We deserve better. Hope you're doing well. Chat legends, smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and share on your social. Get the views up, everybody. We're on the road to 4K. Thank you very much. Happy November Day. I am Titanium. How you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. Vince in the house. I hope you're doing well. Matty. I hope you're smiling. I hope you're smiling. Not a fucking chance. I would get that out there right now. Not a hope in hell. Matty, finally Mwemba has been announced by Manchester United. Yep, he's on that plane tomorrow. And Deliso, because you know I can't say your first name. I want Sesko, Simmons. Bloody hell. Come on, man. Give us a break. That's like 7. He ain't joking, boy. He ain't joking. Titanium saying he'll take a strike over a midfielder. Yeah, so would I think, to be fair. But look, we'll discuss those other bits and pieces in a second anyway. Guys, if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 4K. When we reach there, rebels, get it up, please. Get it up, please. Let me take that off. Guys, there you go. I don't even have to talk now, but I'll say it anyway in case you are just listening. We're on our way to 4K. Once we reach 4K, we will be giving away a shirt. A Man United shirt, obviously. And for the members, you can join for as little as £1. Yeah, that's free Fedos. For the month, you have the opportunity to join me on the Mix Zone Premier League show on a Friday. You can stay for 2 minutes. You can stay for 10 minutes. You can stay for 25 minutes. And this is what we, the members, will be giving away. Once we've hit that figure, we will be giving away a signed Manchester United shirt. Thank you, Red Bull. Signed Man United shirt. It's actually signed by Brian Robson. It was up there on the graphic. So look, the weekend, obviously it's a bit difficult for us to get stuff gone out, but there was a big news story over the weekend. Maybe we were expecting it, but look, we had a Rashford. Here we go over the weekend. We all knew he was going. A lot of people probably didn't expect it to be Barcelona, but he's taken a 15% pay cut by all accounts. They're going to pay a whole of his wages. So we as a club are now saving 17 million. Whether or not that goes into lunches, whether it goes into other things, who knows? But we're going to be saving 17 million for the year. I'd have no idea where he's going to play over there. But I look at what Anthony did going to Spain, and he's a lot less of a player than Marcus. So I expect him to go over there. Do the biz, they've got a buyout of they've got an option to buy of 26 million pounds, 30 million euros, which I think is a snip. We've also got a little clause inserted in there at 4 million. So if they don't buy him, then he'll be coming back to us and we'll have 4 million in our back pocket. So I hope he does well. I expect him to do well over there. Thoughts, Rebel?
Unfortunately, we're not saving 17 million because by the time he's returned back to us, it'll be about 14 for 10 months worth of time that he spends there. Now, here's my issue with Manchester United Football Club in this. Last year, we sent all these men out on loan. We sent them all out with options to buy. And every last one of them was popped back on a plane or put on a bus and sent back to Manchester. The reality of the situation is you got to look at every single one of these players like they're cars in a car dealership. They all have a net book value. They all have a price that they're worth at this moment in time. In 12 months' time, these men are depreciating because these men have less time in their contract. So even though we're saving 12 million, the reality is when Marcus Rashford is invariably bounced back to us, and aside from being pessimistic here, he's going to be worth at least 15 to 20% less in a net book value next summer. And we're going to be repeating this circus again. We're trying to find someone that's willing to take on those wages, trying to find a partner that will possibly buy him, and more than likely end up farming him out on loan every single year until the point his contract is no longer with Manchester United. We are, as a club, in dire, if you're to believe the media, financial circumstances. We need sales. We haven't sold a dicky bird. We haven't sold Bencho. We haven't sold Marcus. We haven't sold Anthony. We haven't sold Garnacho. We haven't sold -9. We haven't sold nobody. And we aren't even getting a dicky bird of an inquiry about any of them. If you remember,
So
I just want to make one last point. Marcus Rashford, at one point, was subject to £100 million bid allegedly from PSG. We can't get 40 for the man now. Garnacho from Napoli in January, 70 million. And we're trying to get 40 for him now.
Oh, have you finished, Rio? Did you want to jump in on that, or can I just say a couple of
You know, you interject. You I feel like you're raring
Rebel.
to go with a
Yeah,
ball back.
Rashford, we were never going to sell. He had just hit 30 goals. So no matter what figure they gave us, we were never going to get. Us selling Garnacho for 70 million was probably always going to be a pipe dream, especially in January. The club have never sold anybody and never been good sellers. So to get them off the wage bill, I suppose, is a start. To get them out of the club, which the manager wanted, I think is the most important thing. Yeah, we didn't get any money for Rashford, but nobody was going to buy Rashford, because if we had sold him to anywhere else, he would have said he wanted his 350 grand a week wages covered by the club. So he's gone to Barcelona. I'm not saying he's done the club a favor, but you don't normally leave from Man United and go to Barcelona. You know, they did the treble last year, didn't they? So yeah, he may struggle. He may struggle for a start, but I do believe that he will do a lot better than a lot of people. I know there's a lot of haters on Marcus. I'm not one of them, to be fair. Yeah, I'm pissed off that he treated the club how he treated them, but I'm not going to throw no shade on him. I want him to go over there and smash it. I want him to go over there and smash it. And I want him to go to the Euros. And if he's playing in the Euros as a starter, I'll watch it. I'll actually watch England play in the Euros or in the World Cup, whatever the next tournament is. What's the next tournament? Euros?
World Cup.
Oh,
World Cup.
shit. I got the bloody tournament wrong. The World Cup. So, you know, I'm not going to throw no shade at him. I just don't think, I think it's the best deal that we could have got, because we're not spending any money. I know you're saying it's 14 million. Okay, if it's 14 million, it's still a 14 million saving. And, you know, you're talking like he's going to go over there and we're going to take him back. What if he goes over there and causes a chaos? Then do we then say the 26 million was too cheap? You know? So my feelings on Rashford, I can't hate on him. I can't.
I'm me personally, I'm glad he's gone. Not in a horrible way though. Like me, I will always say this, and I've said this from day one. Back the manager. And as you said, Mr. B, ultimately Amrin wanted him gone. he wants. I back the board. I reckon that they will be getting these players that Amarin wants gone, and I think that in itself has a value. The fact that he's not in the dressing room, the fact that he's not gone on tour, because if he was still here, he'd be going on that tour in some shape or form and causing some kind of havoc with the lads that we've got going. So ultimately, I understand a Rebel in terms of the value tax and all of that. You know, he is an asset basically, and you know, as time goes by, that depreciates. But I think we've got to deal with the cards that you dealt with at this moment in time. This is Amarin's first transfer window, and again, you know, it's the situation that he's been dealt with, and I think in the time frame that we've got left, I think, you know what, good on him. I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how he's got this move. It's his dream move. You know, he's going to have to compete with the likes of Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski if he's going to play up front at times. Ferran Torres, you know, the likes of them. Again, fair play to him. Don't know how he's done it, but yeah, that's it. That's my 2 pence on it.
I suppose just to kind of point out a couple of small things. Barcelona are broke. They can't register anyone. They had £50 million put on the board for Williams from Athletic Club. He was all set to go to them. They couldn't register him. As far as I know, they can't even register Marcus on the loan deal at the moment. He's currently waiting for them to clear some protocol in order to even be able to be registered into the squad. But call me cruel. Now, we've already heard today that none of the outcasts, as they like to call them in the media, are going to be put on the plane. They're going to be left to train in Carrington on their own while the squad is gone. I'd have left him sitting at home. I'd have left him coming in under the conditions of you can come in under with the other amigos there after 5 o'clock, away from the main squad, and I would have left him sitting there twiddling his thumbs. It's cruel, and it's nothing against any particular player. It could be any one of them. But in order for them to make informed decisions as to their footballing future, I'd be saying, right, sure, yeah, collect your wage. But you ain't going to no World Cup if you're sitting at home all summer, all next season. You're not going to do nothing.
So if he stays and they've got him sitting down doing nothing, they're still paying him 350 grand a week, Rebel. So you would rather pay him 14 million to cock up his backside on the bench and not do nothing, or play with the reserves, or coming in at 5 o'clock and the club is frass.
Let's be fair about it. We could do a loan deal up to, I think there's an extra 3 weeks after the main transfer window closes to do loan deals.
So what you're saying then? So we shouldn't be loaning him now. We should have waited to loan him later on in the season.
I'm saying that we should have basically tried to kind of bluff him out, kind of get him to think about, okay, if I go asking for 350k, the bid that they get from, I don't know, Juve, just say for argument's sake, that he wouldn't be able to secure a transfer. But if he's desperate to get out of Manchester United Football Club, that £350,000 pipe dream that he's currently on becomes 200,000 fairly damn lively. And that all of a sudden he's thinking maybe going to Juve or Bayern or Milan or wherever on a transfer isn't such a bad thing.
Yeah, but who would have?
Yeah, but you're assuming those teams are coming from. I think it was only Barcelona that's kind of step forward.
That is true.
And then, like with Bremo, he only had one club going to. Like Cunha, he only had one club going to. So it's all right when they want to just come to Man United, but when somebody wants to leave Man United and go to a specific club, then it's treachery.
Let me just say this. Rio, high five. How you doing, bro? Lovely to see you on. It's been a long time waiting, but welcome to the Man United agenda. And I hope everyone's giving you a warm welcome in the comments as well. You talk really well. I hope we don't bump heads this season, Rio, because everything you said so far, I'm nodding like, yeah, it's this guy, Rio, Rebel, who's going to cause a lot of
the rebel
confusion. The Rebel was bringing the good news, he's bringing the gospel. But really, the world is nigh. The world is nigh. That's what you should be saying, Rebel, with your tone and doing the air raid signs as well. You know, the end is near. The end is near, as they say. Anyway, let me just say this. One, we're getting rid of a player. Rashford is on loan. This is news to me, guys.
Yeah,
it's on loan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It seems to me Rashford's always had his heart set on Barcelona. All this thing about bungs and talking, making deals, unofficially. It happens. It happens. We know this. Like you just mentioned, Mr. B. Mbeumo's always been for Man United. Why? What if Man United pulled out? They're not going to pull out because they're having conversations. It happens. This is how football's run these days. So Barcelona has obviously been in touch, and they said, Rashford, we want you. That's why he's kind of stuck around, and probably why no one else has bothered to come in to embarrass themselves when it looks like the deal's already been done. Congratulations, deal's done. Let me say this. Isn't it Flick was it German manager of Barcelona?
Flick.
Yeah, good manager, as proven. He's creating something really good there. Let me just say this. We live in this Premiership bubble, but outside of that, they view some certain players that we might think, get them out of the club, are not very good. I'm sure Flick and all the Barcelona and most of Europe look at Rashford and think, wicked, we're getting this wicked player. Do you understand what I'm saying? We might not look at that at the moment, but they will be looking at it and saying, we're getting a quality player who can really perform if we can get him to top levels. It's a good move for Rashford. World Cup year coming up. He's done with Man United. For whatever reason, it's been a lot. We don't even want to talk about it anymore because it's over with. But he's done with Man United, but he's still a quality player. And I'm sure he's going to prove that. And he's got, it's a challenge for him to work, as Rio was saying there, to work his way into that side and prove himself. That's a challenge. He's not going there to cruise. He's not going to Turkey to cruise. He's not going to Saudi Arabia to cruise. He's going to really push himself and say, I want a challenge. And this is a big challenge. So really wish him luck. I'm sure he's going to deliver and play really well out there. That's one down. That's one player leaving. I'm sure there's more to come, Rebel. It's a big transfer window. Let's just be patient and trust the process, what the Ineos are doing and getting these players out of the club. We know it's difficult, as Mr. B said there. We know it's difficult to get rid of players. We might not get the value we want. We might not get what we want. But what Rio said is very key, that they trust in the manager. That's the most important thing. And he's the most important person, I believe, with our progress going forward. And if he doesn't want these, what they call them, the 5 bad apples. What did they had a saying for them, didn't they? The 5 disasters or whatever they are. If he doesn't want them around, they are showing that, making that very clear. And there's a lot of indication about who's going to be leaving the club, and they will very soon. So it's a great move. Next step, Garnacho or Anthony or whoever's next on that list. Let's get them out. But yeah, good luck to Rashford. Thanks for the service. He's been a really exciting player for us, and I'm sure he's going to go on and really do the business at Barca.
Just to point out on Monday, Dani Olmo, Fermin Lopez, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Robin Lewandowski, Paul Victor. Dare to be great.
Dare to be great, Rebel. Look at you. You've come on this panel with Yaba, Rio, and Mr. B, and you stand out.
No, I'm the Rashford of the group. Trying to break in. I'm trying to break in with all the quality. I'm going to turn up with my tail tucked between my legs like Rashford. Hi, guys.
Just don't dye your hair or end up wearing bling bling.
Yeah, there you go. Let me say a couple of extras. Stephanie, just as Vincent asked for you, just like magic, you appeared. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing really, really well. I hope the weekend found you well. Link's red. I do see you in the house as well. I wonder how Lamar will greet him. Listen, I think he's standing in Europe is big. I don't see there's going to be Retro said, will he bring his Rolls Royce?
Morris Minor.
He can buy. He's got enough money to buy a right and drive one. Let me get a couple of these ones up. Oh no, these are the other ones. These are for our next subject. Stoney, I saw you in the house as well. Yes, I saw your comment. Why can't I get this up? When you try and do things.
Why are we talking about Stoney? He must be delighted. Liverpool looked fantastic. They won 5-0 the other day, didn't they? Playing some beautiful football. Got a new German boy. Yeah, Stoney's. That's why he's on the show. He wants to take some praise.
And Nunes scored a hat trick, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Who did? Benfoot.
Yeah.
Benfoot scored a hat trick
in like 7 minutes.
Who was it? Anana was in goal, innit?
Hologram.
By the way, just to point out as well, Yaba, it's Mbumo, not Mbuemo.
Mbuemo.
Mbumo.
Mbumo.
Oh, so how do you pronounce it? Mbumo. All right. There used to be a Cameroonian player called similar name Mbomo. Do you remember him? Big, powerful Cameroon striker from about 20, 30 years ago.
No.
Mbomo. Yeah, but so how do you pronounce it? One more time for me, because you know what I'm like.
Mbumo.
Mbumo.
I put it in the chat in our chat earlier on. He actually did a video saying how to pronounce his name.
Good, because I've got it wrong as well. Sounds like Mbongo. They drink,
They drink in the Congo.
way down deep in the middle of the Congo.
Here you go. Is this Matty? So is this the song? You know, I'm so scared to be charting. When Banana Man came in, we were singing all of these songs. And everything.
Let me hear you saying Bemo. Yeah,
That's
gonna be in my head. That's in my head now. That's in my head now.
All right. You know what? When he scores his first goal, can you Colm, if you're not watching, guys, remember when he scores his first goal and Colm is on the watch along, we expect him to sing boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Let me hear you say Mbemo.
Oh God. Oh, Sherbert. Yeah, I did. You know what, Rebel? Sorry, I got carried away. I couldn't remember who the third name was. So yeah, thanks for putting him in, guys. We've got a poll running at the moment. About our next topic. To be fair, we did the Rashford. Look, there wasn't much happened over the weekend. We were linked with Gyökeres, then we weren't linked with Gyökeres, but I think it's sporting playing games. It did get a few people excited. I'm glad we resisted the urge to jump on and waste the stream. But strikers. Let me get that comment off. There we go. We have been linked. Look, I'm going to get the messages up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move you there, Rio, that people can see you. We've been linked with 3. I'm not sure where the Sesko link has come from. Well, I do. Obviously, the Gyökeres deal is on. It must be on total lockdown. Although it's nice to see that Arsenal are still dilly-dallying. But I think it was just mischief making, shall we say, by Sporting. But guess what? It didn't work because he's still not their player. So we've been linked with Sesko. Watkins, the oldest of the lot, the most experienced of the lot, the one who's probably ready to go now. And then obviously Jackson, who I swear down, bruv, if this club fucking buy Jackson, I'm going to lose my shit. There's nothing about him that I like. I think he's worse than -9. Yeah, he might run faster, but that's about it. I have no liking, nothing. There's nothing about Jackson I like. Even if he's 30 million, I don't care. Don't be giving Chelsea no more of our money. We ain't even got no money, and we're having to be begging and stealing from people, and we're going to beg and steal to give the money to Chelsea for them to go and buy Sesko or a proper striker. Nah. Don't line their pockets, man. Don't line their pockets. So, of the 3, I'm saying go get Sesko just because he's the new shiny toy. We're not ready to go yet anywhere, and maybe he'll be able to grow with the team. Watkins, if it's 40 mil, then okay, strike a deal. And my guy, dear brother, Watkins, Jackson, no chance, not interested. Am I wrong in my choice? Maybe my choice of words might be wrong, but I'm sure I put them in the right order there. Does anybody disagree? Yappa, come on, I want to hear your nonsense now.
Yeah, I'll be very, very quick on this one. We've got a selection of 3. I do agree with you. We got to see Jackson, and we're kind of disappointed with him. But I still, like I said in the last show, still think he's a quality player. Still think he is a threat as a defender in the Premier League. You don't want to be coming up against that sort of pace. He's got.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. I think he's got something to. Oh, you're the man. This is different strokes. Oh my God. Brilliant. Mr. V with a finger on the button. Willis. Yeah, you got me there, man. You mashed me up. All right. Let me start again and try to avoid Arnold's come and telling me off. It's Jackson, yeah, he's a threat to any Premier League defender with his pace, power, and I like his attitude. I think he's when I listen to his interviews, he wants to prove himself. He's had a bit of a bad run whatsoever. Maybe it's the system's not suited for him, whatever. They've started to get in two guys, Rory Delap's son and Pedro as well, who are different suited players, hold up guys, a bit like Sesko, that sort of forward. So maybe Jackson's not suited for that. That more transition kind of team he'd be suited for with his pace. Going to Ollie Watkins, he's proven in the Premier League. Age might be an issue, but if he came in, he would deliver for us. But then we go with Sesko as well. It's about the Slovenian impact on England right now. We're watching Love Island. I know you guys are watching it. There's a guy called Boris who's from Slovenia in there with tattoos as well. So Sesko is Slovenian as well. He's got tattoos, and it's the Slovenian explosion. So I'm going for the Slovenian. I'm going for Boris to win Love Island and Man United to win by getting Sesko in. He's a top player, holds up the ball really well, got something to prove as well. I can't believe that we're getting him. It could be possible. I hope it doesn't flop like other signings, because he would be one of our first choices, I believe. So yeah, I'll bring it on. Let's go for Sesko. Fong, 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 fong.
Love the Love Island take. That's forget about the stats. Love Island. That's it.
Are you not a Love Islander as well? Are you?
No comment. Anyway.
Oh no. Oh, you can't get away from him, Rebel. Please, you're not, are you?
Love Island? Hell no.
Oh, thank God for that. All right, cool. That's fine. Come on, let's see your take, Rio.
What about Love Island?
No, I want to. Your choice, guys. Okay, in the comments, I'm gonna get your striker comments up after Rebel as a chat. Go on.
So I don't know why, but I went down the rabbit hole of thinking Jackson this morning would be good for us. That quickly changed. That only lasted for about 15 minutes or so, and I realized, I understand what you're saying, but there is a player there. I will always say this: there is a player in Jackson, but I am not going down that route. So no for Jackson. But what I will say is, coincidentally, when Palmer fell off last season, is when Jackson got injured. And I will say this, that Jackson gets the best out of Palmer. They've got a good link between the two of them. And when Jackson basically, he's not a goal scorer. That's the issue. He's not a goal scorer, but he makes things happen for the others. So if you put that into our system, which obviously I'm guessing we're going to go Cunha and Mbemo, you put a player like Jackson there, happy days. But my answer is no. So we'll swiftly move on from Jackson. Watkins, again, he is the proven guy, 29 years old. I don't mind it. I really don't mind it. But if Villa are asking for the likes of like 50, 60, 70 mil, which that's what I'm seeing, for me, he's 40 mil max because of the age. He's on the wrong side of 25. He outperformed his expected goals as well for last season, which I like that. But in terms of hold-up play, I'm not a massive fan of it. So for me, no for Watkins, but decent player. I will be going for the Love Islander in Sesko. 6'5", which I didn't realize until quite recently. 6'5", so he's a tall guy. He loves to hold up the ball. He can play from the left, he can play from the right, but ultimately he's down the middle guy. Again, outdid his XG. I think he got 13 league goals potentially last season in 33 games, which I know that's not prolific, but that's still decent for him. I think he's again, as you say, Slovenian. He's my guy. I want him. And again, I believe there is a link between someone that we've got in our back end and I think his agent. So there's a link there, or someone, sorry, that used to be the sporting director for Salzburg. So again, my guy, Sesko. Not Jackson.
Come on, guys. We do have a vote running. We will get the final figure in a couple of minutes. Have we got everybody's thoughts on that? Rebel. Yeah.
Okay. Let's crack into this. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but Jackson's not for real. I don't want him in my United shirt. Never. There's there's no reality in this earthly plane at this stage that I want to see us giving Chelsea any more money. Let's think about what Chelsea have done this season. They brought in Delap. They've brought in Pedro. He went from being second or third choice striker to fifth choice striker. There's a reason why he's been moved on. In the words of Simon Cowell, next. Then we move to Ollie Watkins. Look, his name's Ollie. It's nice to meet you, but unlike the singer Ollie Moores, Watkins, as you said, is coming up towards the wrong side of 30. The reality is, Villa are just going to ask for too much money. It's not going to make it doable. The one possible way we could get a reasonable deal for him is if it involves Garnacho. And you have to ask yourself, okay, when you're pushing towards 30, what are the increased chances of injury? Those muscle strains, those wear and tear bits and pieces from the last 10 years of your career coming home to roost. The price point will have to be perfect in terms of Watkins, or it's basically a no-go area. Like, I like Ollie as a striker, but at the end of the day, when you're coming up towards 30, unless you're getting basically the Robin Van Persie price point, I think you just need to look away from it. We're not looking for a player that's going to take us from being second or third in Premier League to winning it. We're looking for a player that's going to bring us back into the European places. And there's a lot of risk in terms of using budget that we could use in midfield, to be honest with you, which we'll be talking about later, for an aging striker. Then lastly, there's Benjamin Sesko. It's Vival is the connection with Leipzig. He's been trying to get people onto this Sesko deal. Now, the reality is he has a release clause of 60-odd million apparently this season. It moves up to 80 if he does certain things during this year and next summer. If United were to try and get an installment arrangement for him, you could be looking at maybe, 17 to 20 million of a first payment if we get it over 4 years? Maybe even less. So there is value in it. Now, Arsenal fans, and I've been watching quite a bit of their debate between Gyökeres and Sesko, they all think maybe there's a possibility the 22-year-old could be the next big thing. But obviously they're worried that he's not a now striker. Manchester United will probably have something similar that they'll be in the back of their head, that they'll want a seasoned pro that can bag a net. But of the options in front of us, and taking into account that we have Mbeumo and Cunha in behind him, you're probably setting them up more to succeed than when we brought in Rasmus Højlund. He had nothing really kind of giving him the ball or feeding him the ball or linking in that attack play. But in the case of any of the three options, if we're getting ran through in midfield, it probably doesn't matter if we put Harry Kane up there, to be honest with you.
We'll
He'll
talk
drop
about
into midfield to help, wouldn't he? Okay.
Yeah, if we're just springing the balls from left and right to the forward, that won't be there. Yeah, great job, innit? Rebel, what is the poll saying at the moment?
Let's have a wee look-see here.
I will start.
I'm going to end it, actually. So, it didn't show up in there. But Sesko, 47%. Watkins, 34%. Jackson, 17%.
Okay.
You said Jackson?
Yeah, declare in the comments. Whichever one of you vote for Jackson.
Please say.
Fair enough.
We won't judge. Please say.
It's I suppose football's about opinions, but I wouldn't take Jackson over any of them. Look, Link's said, I would say no to Sesko. We don't want any more Chelsea melts. We're all stuck with Mount, so I would go for Watkins. I am Titanium saying a striker over everything. I don't know why he said that one, to be fair. He's talking about Nicholas Jackson, obviously. I'm titanium. I'm so sick of -9. I'll take Jackson on loan. Links red. I wouldn't pay anything for Jackson. Oh God, he's so bad. He's off the wall. Good. Yes, we deserve better. I did see you. I hope you're doing well. I think I said that already. Yeah, I saw that comment as well. If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you're not gonna know. Patrick was saying the good news for Rashford is he can move on, so we can now focus on the season. We were never getting anything substantial after Villa didn't pay. Links red. No to Jackson. No more Chelsea players. We've suffered enough with the signing of Mount. This one is from Links red. Why do people talk about Watkins' age? Ronaldo is 40 and he's still banging in gold. Watkins isn't Ronaldo. Watkins is not Ronaldo. Stephanie Griffiths, forget the one on the left. No more charity to Chelsea, please. I said, yeah, I don't even know why it would happen. Olive is come with Mbema, it's Kuna, and they want Matata. So excuse that's Mateta, is maybe how I should have said that. Matty is saying, yeah, but I'd rather have Maguire up front than Jackson. We deserve better. Amrin needs a complete turnaround of the season. Watkins guarantees to help that. But will Varley push for Sesko? You were saying the same thing there, Rebel. And the rest of this is Love Island waffle. So I'll leave those.
Actually, speaking of Mbumu, there was an announcement today about him the last 10 minutes or 20 minutes or so.
Is he going on Love Island? Oh.
He's going on Love Island. Let me take this comment. Oh, 1 second. Find that comment. Oh, the number 19. Was that a shirt that anybody predicted?
Can't say I would have.
No.
Oof.
But it looks good.
Previous number 19s. Anyone in the chat? Really quick before you Google it or chat GPT or whatever you do it. Any previous 19s?
So I've been waffling away. It's Dwight York was 19, 1 and 9. While Andy Cole was number 9. He took the 1 and 9. Yeah, there
we go, Vinny.
Oh, right. That's a smart one, isn't it? We deserve better. You know what? I would never even. Oh, we deserve better. Is it us on the channel who were the only ones who didn't work that out?
That is clever.
Or are we just bloody stupid?
I can't lie, this is still gone over my head.
1 + 9.
Oh.
Equals 10.
Allow me.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Orange soda?
Is that how it is this season? What else you got in there? Come on, let it all out. Show it all. We got Arnold. We got that Smokey.
Oh God!
Brilliant.
Damn.
Yeah. Let me say this, Mbeumo. I'm so pleased. I mean, he's so strong, isn't he? Physically strong. He holds up the ball really well. He's he doesn't get pushed around. We're tired of getting pushed around, as I say. This guy, I'm really excited to see what he can do. He's got the physicality. He can do the business in the Premier League. I just want to see. I don't know his mindset. Never heard him speak. I've never heard this guy speak in all this time he's been in the Premier League. I want to take him in, listen to him, hear an interview, and see what his mindset's like. Because he's got all the physical abilities. Let's see if he's got that drive to really become a great player. You only get a short career in football. He's got a great move at a great age. He should be kicking on and saying, right, I'm going to give it my all and become a legend at this club. So come on, Mbeumo.
Did he say it right, Rebel?
Mbeumo.
And boom.
Boom. It's
Boom,
boom.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, we'll get used to it. By the time the season's end, actually, hold on, no, it's Yabba we're talking about here. What's the other one that he doesn't pronounce right? Mr.
You know
B.
what?
Yeah.
What's the other player that he absolutely makes a hash of?
The Swedish Victor.
Swedish Victor. Listen, he makes a hash of quite a few names. I'll be honest. I can't wait for us to sign some Greek midfielder who's a
Oh
first
my
choice
God.
boy.
Yeah.
That would kill him.
Papastopoulos.
Oh.
Yes.
And we've got one here. We've got one here. From Ade. I'll leave that surname. Hi, Matty. How are you? Kolo Mwani for Newcastle. Where did it go now? Where did it just bloody go? Kolo Mwani for Newcastle. United Benjamin Sesko whistle to sign for Newcastle now. Okay. Is that so? You in the know, are ya? All
I
right.
can't see Whistle leaving Brentford now.
Nah, he ain't
Suicide.
going nowhere.
Yeah.
He won't be going nowhere. I tell you what ain't going nowhere, and the issues still. I know it was the first preseason game. I did watch all of it. But the same problems, the same issues that we talk about with a two-man midfield, seem to be there again. The big issue, I still believe, as much I respect him as a footballer, is Bruno. He's not dynamic enough to be the 10. And I just feel that we need a central midfielder. Whether it comes before the striker or after the striker, we can't go into the season without signing a central midfielder. These choices are vast. The prices are probably going to have to be cheap. Not as cheap as Ndidi. I'm really, really hoping. But we've got issues. And I think it is something that needs to be addressed. Am I the only one? I know I'm not, because I've seen it in the chat and I've already heard you guys talking as well, saying, but what are we looking at? What do you think the issues are? What is there anybody that you think that we could get? I'm blindsided to this. I don't have a clue.
First of all, let me say this: it was 0-0. Don't be expecting in pre-season to be. The result is not the most important thing. It's not the most important thing. It was a boring game, but if you're watching it as an analyst and really trying to assess where we're moving forward, I've seen a lot of positives from the game. We talk about the midfield. You're saying there might be issues with midfield. We started with Casemiro and Bruno. Am I correct in that position? And we had Collier playing as right wing back. Sorry, he started playing as a number 10, didn't he, Collier? Then they switched it. He went to swap with Ahmad, and so Collier could be replace Collier with Mbeumo, and Ahmad and Mbeumo maybe switching up. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But Collier could play there. In the second half, we had a cameo from our young starlet midfielder who played as a number 6. That was Kobe Mainu, and I thought he played really well. Dictate the tempo, does what he does on the ball. Now, last season we were thinking, oh, he's got to be close to goal. He's got to be number 10. No. Let's take our mind back a couple of seasons when he first came on the scene, and he was playing that boss midfielder role. And he got into the England side, got to the Euros as well, and he was couldn't do anything wrong. I don't know what happened. I think it was like people putting out their negativity, saying, "Oh, he can't defend. Oh, he hasn't got the physicality. He's can't run." But these things he can improve on. And I think the manager, by saving him and putting him out of that position last season, now doing the work pre-season to get him back, mold him into number 6, I think we're more likely to see him in the number 6 position this season. And maybe if the manager doesn't get a midfielder in, we got someone there that we kind of forgotten about and written off in Kobe Mainu, who can actually play that position and play that position really well for us. We've got Ugarte, Casemiro, and Bruno. There's 4 guys there, and Collier as well. We can play that really well. If we're going to work with that, it's got to be partnerships. They've got to be disciplined. And I think the manager's going to drill that into them by the end of the preseason. So I haven't got any issues.
None.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is you'll get used to this. You're gonna really get used to this. He will rather not buy a central midfielder and take a chance on what we've got. Rio, you're gonna get used to this.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I love what you said. Yeah, but I thought you were going to finish it off with like, but we need this player, and you've got no issues. I don't know. I feel like you've listed about 7 issues and then said no issues. But I completely agree with what you say about Kobe. But for me, I'd see him in rotation with Bruno. You know, as the Bruno rotational player, and if you want to move Bruno a little bit more advanced, you would. Ugarte, I like Ugarte next to Bruno, and that's where the
Although he
issue
can't
is.
pass.
Yeah, although you can't pass, so that's where the issue is. Bruno, I think, is going to have a much deeper role this season. Think of Toni Kroos, how he finished up at Real Madrid, just a deep line playmaker, and every now and then having that freedom to go forward but drop deep. Especially if we're going to have, Diego on the left, potentially Dorgu on the left. The way that Amorim, I think, wants to play, and he said this from day one, and we've not been able to do it, is actually have attacking wing backs. So if we play in the way that he wants to play, we're going to have spaces on that left side, that right side. So if Bruno's dropping deep, because that's what modern centre mids do now. They'll drop deep and pick up the ball in those left back spaces and collect it from deep. That's when you'd need like a player that's a lot more dynamic in that centre midfield role. So yeah, Ugarte, I think he can do it, but again, he needs to simplify his game. Or we put someone in that midfield that is a ball carrier, someone that's willing to get it and then drive with the ball. Similar how Declan Rice does it from time to time for Arsenal. They've got Zubimendi in, who's also a similar mode that can grab the ball and drive with it. We don't have that, and you know what, Yaba? It could be Kobe. Kobe might be that person that can drive forward the ball because we've seen him do it. He did it at the Euros. Why can't he do it now?
Any response from Yaba?
No, I'm just nodding. I agree. I'm hoping to hear from you, Rebel. You've heard our opinion on this game. I mean, the game as well. Let's hear your reflection on the game as well, if you don't mind. And what out of the game, there's 0-0. What are the issues? Because Mr. B's raising the issue of midfield. What are you thinking about the game?
Here's the thing for me. Now, obviously, I didn't get to see much of the game. I was down in my pop's house for the weekend. So the way I'm looking at it now, knowing that we have Bruno Fernandes staying at Manchester United Football Club, I don't think we can actually play the 3 centre-backs, 2 wing-backs formation. I think we actually need 3 in the midfield. So obviously you'd have your Mbumo, your Cunha, and whoever the striker is as your front 3. You'd have Bruno, but I think he needs 2 with him. One of Ugarte and Kobe, and a new centre midfielder, because otherwise I think we're going to get ran through. That means then obviously we need to have our 2 wing-backs back deeper again and running from deeper, and we're back to 2 centre backs. I think
you're asking about a formation change.
I don't think we have a choice. I don't think we can play Bruno +1 in the deeper role. I just don't think it's tenable. Especially
he's not going to change his formation, Rebel. He's already made it. Chris, look how much licks we took last season, bruv. At any stage last season, he could have said he's going to change. Rebel, he is not changing.
We did defend in a 4-4-2. That's one thing I'd like to add that I didn't see last season. Against Leeds, we defended in a 4-4-2 shape, which was a bit odd. I've never seen him do that yet. That's the only tweak I've seen him do.
And saying that, and then when we were attacking, like you said earlier, great point, Rio, about the fullbacks pushing them high. When we're attacking, we're almost in a 4-3-3. When Casemiro would drop into centre back, and then you'd have the wing backs pushing on, and it was kind of like a 4-3-3. So it would be the two number 10s dropping in is a 3 with an isolated single pivot, and then you've got the 2 wing backs pushing on, which is good because then that expands the game. I was watching the game from distance. You can see the width that we had. It's just about I think the first phase of play, bringing the ball out, popping it around. We're really controlling the game amongst our defence. Just recycling the ball. We're getting really trapped in that. If we can keep the ball more often in that respect, and then get to phase 2 by spraying it, bam. This way you can get to phase 2. Diagonals, get into the wide men who are fullbacks at sometimes, and really stretch teams. I can see some development in that respect.
No,
Sorry, Mr.
You know what? No, I'm going to say you have to have the players, one who can do that. Euro lick 3 balls from right back to left mid. No problem with that. But if you've got another player playing that, he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be able to do that. And so I don't see that being that's an advantage of having Euro playing there. But I still, with the width, I just think there's too much space. I'm with Rebel in regards to the fact that we're going to get run through in midfield. But he has to buy the central midfielders or work out the centre because he's not going to change his formation. My issue, you're talking about popping it out from the back. None of the defenders want to break lines with their passes. It's only Martinez and obviously Maguire to a certain extent will play the pass. But if Maguire's not playing, that you need two of your three defenders who are going to be who's good. You know, if you've only got one, the managers aren't stupid. They'll put everybody on his side and leave the ball with the players who can't pass. So he needs to get plays. For me, their phase one play is still non-existent. That's the part that I worry about.
I'm shocked you say that. I'm shocked. Our phase one was brilliant.
They hold on to the ball, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, no, but at least it's secure. You talk about our midfield getting run through. If we're keeping the ball, that's the best defense ever because we got the ball. So yeah, I'm really happy the way we're keeping it. It's just the next step. We have to go develop that. We developed it in the first season, even though it was a terrible season. We really worked on that where you did have a lot more possession. It's just now about stepping up from that and getting to the next stage, which is leaving the fullbacks out wide and having that option to spray into them. Or have a bit of rotation in midfield where you can rotate, bring the 10s in deeper and rotate positions, and then you can link up play and bring create things. There's got to be more options going forward like that, and you've got to be able to stretch teams when, like Leeds yesterday, were really on it, by buzzing around you. You've got to be able to stretch them by pop into feet, ping it the way you're facing, and third man runs, that kind of thing. There's a way and a system to happen. We haven't seen the best of Amarin's system just yet, and I think we're taking steps towards that. A huge leap with this preseason. Hopefully by the pre-season we'll be more excited about what's to come.
Yeah, he definitely wants someone. Yeah, he made that clear after his in the post-game interview. He did make it clear. Yeah, he did say that, you know, the midfield, like, we got run through. So he did point it out as a concern. But as you say, but I just think the phase one stage isn't so much an issue. It's when we attack and we lose the ball. That's when we get run through like diarrhea. That's the issue. Sorry, I know it's crude.
Makes sense.
Like, I think, Rio, you might be seeing the same post from certain United fans that I'm seeing, where they're all talking about, oh, Casemiro's looking great. He's never been as toned. He's never been as ripped. But he wasn't obviously the quickest player in his pomp, let alone now.
No, not him. Yeah.
And you can't put a yard of pace back into your legs once you've lost it. Like, age is going to cause you to lose pace. And there's a name, no, obviously it's a pipe dream name because he's going to be uber expensive. But I was looking at BLB's stats. He did 1,300 passes last season, 88% success rate. His long passes, he did 112 of them.
Hold on, didn't you just have that on screen? Did I go mad? Was I going mad? Yeah, you might as well get it up so we could have a butchers.
Here's one I did earlier.
So there's his passing rate. 1,300, 88% success rate. 112, 58% rate. His dribbles, 62% he's got of a success rate. He's won 199 duels, 39 aerial duels, 46 interceptions, 79 total tackles, 11 blocks, pretty well disciplined, only 40 fouls. Like, it's probably someone like that we need in the midfield to try and add a bit of steel and a bit of passing ability to us. Because as the panelist said, we need to have passers out in the line and not just one option that can pass out.
Yeah, I would take him. I'm not gonna. The few games that I did watch of Brighton, yeah, he looks like a good bloody player, man. He looks like a good player. But Brighton, they're scouting. You know, they got Caicedo when we could have got him for what, 6 mil. You know, they jumped in and got him and sold him for 100 million. Again, that's typical Man United. Baleba was obviously never on our radar, but Oh my God, can you imagine? You just
Really
leave
impressed with him. You know
Yeah,
what? Watching Chelsea when they beat up Paris the other day, Salcedo, whatever, really showed himself in that game. Bossed it because physicality. That's what Paris has got. It's got speed, physicality. He really got on amongst them, and it's like anyone watching that. Like I say, if you're neutral watching outside the Prem, you're saying that guy is a great player. Single-handedly done his business. You know, didn't like back down from any challenge. Physically so strong. It's just an engine. You know, tough. And this guy from Brighton, a new Salcedo, whatever his name is, what's his name?
Baleba.
Baleba. When I've watched him this season, he stood out to me. Like I'm watching, and you know when certain players stand out, you don't know them. I'm like, that guy's a beast. That guy's strong. He's just doing everything, and you can see players are fearing when they got the ball that they're going to get bounced or this guy's coming, they're going to munch you. He's that sort of player. So I like him. First season in Prem, and he's had a lot of impact. It's just like you said there, Mr. B. Why is it that we're missing out on once again on the first phase of getting these guys players in? Why can't we identify players like that? We're having to pay big money for these guys now when we could have just had a good scouting system. Said, right, take a risk, take a chance, bring this guy in.
I think though we are seeing a bit of that though, in the likes of Coney and Leon coming in. We are seeing some of these younger players where we're trying to get ahead of the game. So I do have hope that we'll get some of them because they do look promising. Those two players that we mentioned there in particular.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no confidence. Let's find the next Baleba. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be more lovely for us? You know what I mean? Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah. The issue we've got is when we're prioritizing. But it's not an issue, but we are prioritizing the striker rather than an actual midfielder.
Well, that means it has to be done quick then.
Yeah,
because the season will start and we're not going to have a midfielder, and then whoever we are going to pick, it's going to be like, oh God, whoever we pick, let them have had a bloody pre-season at least. You know, let's not have them sitting down going on strike, or training by themselves. Because if they're training by themselves, they ain't going to be doing much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it goes back to one of the earlier comments way back. It was like, would you rather -9 be kept or get a midfielder?
Yeah. I just want to say, it's always good to see that the new guy, Diego Leon, looked really good, strong. He's settled in really well. He's got a great attitude, as we saw when he came into the club. He said, I want to be here. I don't want to be going out on loan. And also the guy up front, Obi Chido, I keep wanting to see him play games. The more games, the better. Because it's something, I look at him and think, he just seems a bit poker-faced. Does he have a personality? He's got all the attributes, but I just want to see him explode. And getting game time is great. He might not have scored yet, like he's scoring in the lower levels, but it's great to have that experience, and it's only going to favour him later on in the season when we do need him.
Cheeto gives me the vibe of the type of player where, given the chance, given the opportunities, he'll be brilliant. We are going to probably be the club to not give him that chance. He will go elsewhere and be worth 120 million in like 5 years' time.
Yeah, agreed. He's in good shape though. He looks like he's ready. He's a physical specimen. We talk about Sesko and all the guys. This guy is a specimen, no doubt about it.
The only situation, as long as he's a specimen who can play football, is more what I'm interested in. We're not playing rugby, man. You know what I mean? There ain't no point having these big henchmen who are good for nothing. You know, if he's big, have techers with the size. You know, don't get me wrong, for an 18-year-old, it's like Ross. He's huge. But, let's see. Matty, this is one to leave it with. Sell Mainu to get Baleba.
I would. I know that's probably sacrilege to say that, but wow. I rate Baleba that highly. So,
wow.
I wouldn't be happy about it, by the way. But if given the opportunity and I had to, yeah.
I don't know. I actually can't answer the question.
I see one problem with it, and it's again a little tournament that will be happening in January. That we'll be losing them for 7 games, along with Mbumo and a few others.
Don't say that.
But here's the thing for me. I don't believe that we would need to sell Cobby to get Baleba.
There you go. That's the perfect answer. We don't have to make that choice. Thank you. Thank you.
I could have said that.
But
instead of getting rid of our academy players. Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think Manchester United are at a fulcrum. They're at a crossroads. If they don't get a striker, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. If they don't get a central midfielder, we're dead in the water.
Yeah, I agree.
But then the club don't feel that way. Weirdly, I don't think the club feel that way. I think they think the other way around.
For me, there's a chance that Kone could come good and maybe get some minutes. There's a chance that Diego Leon could come some good and get some minutes. But these are ifs. We don't know how quickly these young players are going to develop. It's not fair to hang our hopes and dreams on these young players. So you have to basically consider that they are essentially peripherals in the squad until they establish themselves. And you can't be expecting them to establish themselves. That's maybe for next season or the season after. And if one of them steps up, great, the club will be proven right. But that midfield, if we go out there with that midfield,
we're dead.
We're going to get hammered by Arsenal. We're going to get hammered by Liverpool. We're going to struggle to cope with even your Evertons and Brentfords of this world.
West Ham.
Yeah, it's just, you cannot go in with that midfield. It's like if we sign nobody else, and I mean nobody else, getting that midfielder is key.
The only caveat I would say to that, I do agree. But I think, again, if we've not seen the system play in its full capacity yet, we probably still won't this season. A lot will change, I think, in terms of our turnover of the ball, etc. We should be hopefully having more of the ball in the final third in those attacking areas. So that will just completely change the dynamics of how much the players are having to run, etc.
Is that down to the 2 players that we've bought? Or do you think it's going to?
And Bema will be a massive part of it.
Or you think it's going to be a system thing? Because I'll be honest,
the profile of players are being put into the positions that Amrin wants. So there is still going to be holes, but we're not going to have that vivid. Still got nightmares of, Liverpool running through.
Yeah.
Past Casemiro sliding on Easter eggs all over the pitch. Like it's not. It was a bad luck, but that won't happen nowhere near as much. I'm pretty confident.
I mean, the thing is, were we getting run through last season?
Not as much. That they did secure that position, I think. So it wasn't like what Rio was talking about a couple of years ago.
What is our issue then? So is the issue creating chances? Is the issue not being able to play out from the back?
The issue was for us when we were apparently getting run throughs, always on transitions. There was no one there. I remember goals against Nottingham Forest when Yates was just driving through and they were running, wide guys just transitioning on us, and there was no one there. There was no one in the midfield who would chase him back, and we were kind of isolated in those positions. But what Amrin did last year, he kind of, even though he said, the 2's not enough, we need 3 midfield, they were always there. Because you've got 5 at the back. So the transition wasn't happening as much. We had players there. I can remember several games where we kind of, even though we lost so many games, but we kind of were trying to make this work for us and making us more secure. That's the first thing he did. A bit like George Graham when he came into Arsenal, made them more secure, made them stronger at the back. And that's what he did by keeping the ball better with the back 5 and stopping us getting hit on transitions and having a guy with good interceptions like Ugarte, bringing him in. That was to solve that kind of problem. This year, if we do give the ball away, I think we will have enough there. You talk about the rest defence in insurance. I think we do have enough there. So when they do, we said we were getting exposed in the midfield. They weren't scoring from it because we got enough numbers back. 5 and 5, the rest defence there to secure, to ensure that doesn't happen enough. So we just need to be working on it. It's not going to happen overnight, but that is an issue. Clearly, the manager said it, as Rio said earlier. I didn't know that he said that, but he has said that. There's something they need to work on, clearly. So if we can work on that, then we can cover that area, and then we can work on other things and improve slowly. Don't expect miracles, guys. I see everyone's expecting us to be Man United of old. It's not going to happen overnight, but let's just look at slight improvements, marginal gains, as they say. Take baby steps towards it, and enjoy the ride.
I'm not sure it's going to be an enjoyable ride. I'm hoping it's going to be, but I'll be honest, I'm hoping it's going to be better than last season. But you just when you're away from things, you're blinded by, you forget certain things. Everything just seemed to come back in the Leeds game. Bar Cunha, who I like the fact that he doesn't change what he's done, but Amrin was talking about combinations between him and Bruno. Why the fuck does it have to be Bruno that the combination is with? Do you know what I mean? There's other players on the pitch, and it just.
I got good news for you, though, Mr. B.
I think Andrew's saying he could be gone by Christmas. I really, really hope he's not. But if he's gone by Christmas, it's going to be because of Bruno playing. If Bruno is playing as a 10, he's not dynamic enough for the style that Amrin wants. I think, my opinion. But him playing is he playing as the 6? So he's playing with 2 6s. He's playing as the 8, which is he doesn't have the legs. So I'm him saying, the link up between him and Cunha. I'm just not sure that maybe that should be the partnership. People when play they look for partnerships and stuff. Maybe it's just adapting, Just don't look for him to be that player that has to be finding Cunha, because I think that puts pressure on Bruno. Say to Bruno, just don't waste the ball. If it has to be a short pass, let it be a short pass. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to play all right, granted, some of them work, but you saw it against these E-bots giving the ball away so much. And then is this what we're going to then be going back to again? The first game against Arsenal. You know what I mean? Oh, Bruno's in there, we're a goal down, and he's just banging the ball, trying to find fucking Cunha in Buemo. We need more than that. So I worry about the midfield is such an issue for me. I don't know what's worse, the midfield or the striker. I can't decide. Sometimes I just want fucking -9 gone anyway. So that's why I think it's the striker. But then if you look at the issues that we've got in midfield, we could get the striker. But if we're not getting the ball to him, then what's the point? We may as well have kept the ball. We may as well have kept -9 playing.
I do have good news for you, though, Mr. B.
Oh my God. My heart sank. My heart sank. Now I thought that's going somewhere else then.
Good.
Oh, good.
Thank you. That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a nice way to I was like, I thought he set me up. I had the smile on my face, boy, before I read it, you know what I mean? But yeah, look, I don't see. We need to sign more players. We've got Mbemo in.
I think we will.
They just need to be the right players, I
think we'll get 3 more.
3
at least. Yeah.
Very well. Let's hope so. You're a lot more positive than I am. Guys, we have been on here for 1 hour and 10. If you don't know who Rio is, he came on the mix zone on a Friday and impressed for the last couple of weeks. So we've got him in the middle of the week. So Rio will be an added face to the many faces that we have on here. So just show him some love, especially when he's on without me or
thank you.
But he will be on. He will be on. Thank you, Vincent, for that. Guys, is there anything else you want to say before we disappear?
Yeah, I have one quick thing. Welcome, Rio. Good to have you. And it's good news for the agenda, but bad news for Yaba. Apparently, from the 25th of July. Yeah, but we'll no longer be able to sling his vinyl on TikTok. It's going bye-bye. So
Not true. I had one of my autistic friends zero in it and find out the truth. If you read small print, it's not going to be like that. So I will still be annoying you with my live streams of music, Rebel.
Guys, Rebel, could you just get those up? If you are new to the channel, if you like what you saw, just look, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. Right, I've got that off. Guys, we're on our way to 4K. We did talk about getting it before the season starts, but look, we're not stupid enough to feel that. So look, we're on our way to 4K. Whenever it happens, is more what we should put down. So look, once we win that, we have got a chance of you have a chance of winning a Man United shirt. I'm still not digging the black one, to be fair. Andrew Tate had his own on. He modeled this one for me today. I'll have to see it in real life. I'm still not feeling it. The white one's my favorite at the moment, but that might change.
Really?
Yeah. I like the white one. You know what it is? I always end up buying the white away shirts, whatever they are. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna do it anymore. But yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know, like how we've got Tony Lee, guys, who comes on the Friday show. He's got his he can hook you up with the shirts as well. So you don't even, you know, we're very anti-glaze and we don't want to be giving them the money. Well, don't give it to Tony Lee. He'll you know, it's not an issue. We can deal with that. So if you are interested, just tune in on Friday. We'll get the link in the chat for you guys, because there's no chance I'm going to be able to get that for you now. And for the members, for the price of 3 Freddos, you can have the opportunity to win the signed Brian Robson shirt. Once we hit a certain figure, we haven't decided what that is yet, but if you don't know how much the Freddos are, it works at what, they 33p, so £1. You've got the opportunity to win the signed shirt. Obviously, if you want to become a member, there's other tiers on there, but look, a nugget's enough. You then have the opportunity to join me on the mix zone on a Friday, or whoever else will be running it. Rio's normally a regular on there. As I said, Tony, an Arsenal fan, good guy, to be fair, for a Gooner. He's a good guy. And, you know, we've also got, you know, we'll try and get a few other people involved in that as well. So for the season, if you are interested, if you know anybody who's interested in jumping on, they're going to have to pay their £1, but I'm sure it'd be more than worth it for them, to be fair. Guys,
you know, Mr. B, it's all about reaching targets, like you said. I mean, we're just giving away so much, and I just want to add to that. I'm going to throw something else in there as a giveaway. Guys, I've got 2 tickets for Coldplay, their concert, which is at Wembley on the 22nd of August, because me and my work colleague can no longer make it, so I'm throwing them in.
Oh, so
just don't get caught on that camera. Don't get caught on that camera.
Joke, yeah. Anyway.
Are you trying to fix? They'll be trying to fix you then, no?
Did it? Oh.
Boom, boom. All right, we end the show.
Boom.
Come on, let's get out of it.
Guys,
that was
watching.
Where's the tumbleweeds? You need to get one of them tumbleweed ones, Mr. B.
I'll get one.
Yeah,
I'll get one.
I'm
gonna get
cricket
one.
Sound, some crickets.
All right, guys. Look, we are back tomorrow, at 9 o'clock, and Wednesday at 9 o'clock, on Thursday at 9 o'clock, on Friday at 9 o'clock. So set any bell, whether it's notification bell, alarm bell, we will be here. We'll be back tomorrow. The lineup might be slightly different. It might be exactly the same. Who knows? But guys, thanks for watching. We are out-ish.